This is what would happen to your body on Mars and Jupiter. First, let's visit Mars. You teleport onto the surface, leaving Earth behind. But when you do this in the movies, it's different. On Mars, no one can hear you scream. No air means no sound. And with an extremely thin atmosphere, your lungs collapse. Skin begins to bubble and boil as the pressure drops around you. Blood boils in your veins. This isn't just your imagination. The boiling point of human blood is 51 degrees Celsius. That's about 124 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's not that warm. But on Mars, the average temperature is about 214 degrees Celsius, minus 67 degrees Fahrenheit. So Mars will freeze your body, but then break it apart, like a bag of popcorn. There are no fire extinguishers in space. Fire doesn't spread to other parts of the ship. It simply explodes outward and sucks all the air out of the room. So if there were people nearby, they'd probably die of asphyxiation. But what would actually happen to your body? Your oxygen tank has run out of air. Your heart beats faster and faster. You gasp for breath. Your skin turns blue. You're freezing. Your brain freezes. Your neurons stop firing. Your heartbeat slows, and your body goes into cardiac arrest. But even after death, it doesn't end there. There's still UV radiation from the sun, hitting your exposed skin. Cosmic particles bombard your body, and Mars' weak magnetic field offers little protection from this deadly radiation. In a few years, Mars will turn your body into a skeleton. But enough about the bad news. Let's look at the good side. What if you had a spacesuit? NASA's Project Izzy would allow astronauts to jump like never before. With 0.38 grams gravity on Mars, each hop would last 4 times longer. If you made a running leap, you could soar through the air for almost half an hour. Suited astronauts could also work out in Martian gravity and maintain their muscle mass, but over months and years, they'd get weaker and weaker. Bones would lose density and become brittle. The spine would curve and collapse. Eventually, the body becomes a pile of bones. But at least it would be protected from the radiation. Now let's go to the next level. Here's Jupiter, a gas giant many times larger than Earth. We'll use real NASA, Juno data to visualize our approach. You enter Jupiter's atmosphere and immediately encounter intense lightning storms. Imagine being struck by lightning. What would happen to your body? Intense heat and light, then sudden darkness as your body is vaporized. The Great Red Spot has been raging for centuries. Its winds reach 300+ miles per hour. If the Great Red Spot sucked you in, you'd be smashed against its walls at hundreds of thousands of miles per hour. It would rip your spacesuit off and tear your body apart. You fall through layers of gas and plasma, passing through ammonia clouds, carbon dioxide clouds, and hydrogen clouds. Pressure increases. The weight of the atmosphere above you would crush your body like a soda can. After a while, the pressure equals 100 times Earth's pressure. You're crushed into a pancake. Now the temperature reaches 1000 degrees Celsius, 1800 degrees Fahrenheit. Even lead melts at 1000 degrees Celsius. You're vaporized. Your molecules are moving so fast, they escape from the atmosphere and drift into space. Some scientists believe that, under all that gas, Jupiter has a rocky core. Let's take a final look at that. Dramatic lighting and a pressure simulation have been added to concept art. A small person stands on a fragment of rock, symbolizing the immensity of Jupiter. There's a sense of mystery and wonder here, but also dark, dangerous beauty. There's something powerful and awe-inspiring about the contrast between the small and the gigantic, especially when the gigantic is a planet like Jupiter. The vastness of space, the power of nature, and the fragility of life are all brought into focus. The dramatic lighting and the play of shadows and highlights add to the visual impact. This image is a reminder of the immense forces that shape our universe and the delicate balance that allows life to flourish on our pale blue dot. Approaching the surface of Mars, you pass over craters, sand dunes, and strange rock formations. The surface is rusty red. You can see that Mars is dead. There is no life on this planet, only rocks and dust. But when you land on Mars, you begin to discover strange things. There are patterns everywhere. Strange geometric shapes seem to be carved into the rocks, and some rocks have unusual markings that could be mistaken for writing. As you continue to explore, you find that you're not alone. There are signs of life all around you, fossils and footprints, plants and animals. It's clear that Mars was once a thriving world. But how did it die? The answer, it seems, lies in a single word: water. Scientists believe that billions of years ago, Mars was a very different place. It had a thick atmosphere, a liquid water ocean, and a magnetic field that protected it from the sun's harmful radiation. But over time, the planet's core cooled, and the magnetic field disappeared. Without a shield, the atmosphere was blown away by the solar wind, and the water boiled away into space. Today, Mars is a frozen desert, but it wasn't always like this. As you continue your journey, you find evidence of a recent past. There are buildings and machinery scattered across the landscape, all abandoned. There are strange symbols painted on the rocks and walls. And there are cryptic messages that seem to warn of an impending danger. It's clear that Mars was once home to a highly advanced civilization. But what happened to them? Deep in the canyons of Mars, you find a hidden entrance. Curiosity drives into the opening and finds a vast underground city. There are signs of life everywhere. People going about their daily lives, working, playing, praying. It's a thriving community. But why are they hiding underground? Suddenly, the ground shakes. An earthquake? No, it's something much bigger. From deep within the planet, a massive worm emerges. It's huge, many times larger than any animal on Earth. It slithers through the ruins of the old city, crushing everything in its path. The people flee in terror, but there is nowhere to hide. The worm swallows whole buildings, sending shockwaves through the ground. It's unstoppable. You watch in horror as the worm approaches you. Its mouth is filled with rows and rows of razor-sharp teeth. Its eyes glow with a malevolent light. It smells fear, and it's coming for you. You try to run, but it's too late. The worm strikes and you black out. You wake up in a dark place. Where are you? What happened? Suddenly, you hear a voice. It's the worm. It's speaking to you telepathically. It tells you that it's been waiting for you. It knew you were coming. It tells you that it's the last of its kind and that it needs your help. The worm shows you its past. Its memories of a time when the planet was alive, when there were other worms like it, when it wasn't alone. But then the water came and killed them all. It made the planet a frozen desert. The worm has been waiting for you to come and help it bring life back to Mars. It needs you to fix the atmosphere, to bring back the rain. It needs you to save Mars. You look down at your hands. What can you do? You're just a person. But then you remember, you're not just a person. You're a person from Earth, the only planet in the solar system that still has life. You have the knowledge and the technology to save Mars. You can do it. But first, you need to get out of here. The worm lets you go, and you find yourself back on the surface of Mars. The worm has given you a choice. You can leave Mars now and let it die, or you can stay and try to save it. What will you do? Earth viewed from space. A small blue marble hanging in the vastness of space. A silent lullaby hums. Music fades to black. The faint glow of stars twinkle in the inky black canvas of the cosmos. The silence is profound, echoing the emptiness of space. A single quote emerges, stark against the backdrop of the cosmos. Subscribe to the TheCurioVerse for more cosmic mysteries. And with that, the video fades to black.